21 machine of Desmarais. Let's say the last name. Desmarais, yeah, that's what I figured. Adrian Desmarais. Lyndon Urbanski now opening up a gap on the second place rider. That's Ethan Douglas, followed by Jet Sutherland. Looks like Sutherland needs a new rear fender for that Kawasaki. Kind of bouncing around a little bit back there. And then you've got the 39 machine of Graham Newfield. All the riders start to file through on their final lap here in the 65 class. Directly following the 65 class, we'll have the Manitoba Schoolboy Division, 12 to 18 years old, mostly 125 two-strokes. Usually one 250F mixed in there for good measure. About halfway through our morning program. Maybe a little bit more than halfway through our morning program. No issues so far, very few stoppages in our program, so that's good to see. They're almost exactly halfway through. Following the schoolboy class, we'll have the Open B class, followed by Vet Master, Vet Junior. You've got the Open A class, Ladies, Open 85, 450 B and C class, followed by the Plus 40 A and B divisions. And you've got the 250A class, or 450A class, rounding out your, ooh, the 19 machine right now. Well, that's unfortunate for Ian Gunther. Can you mute me for a second? That flagger didn't help out that 10-year-old trying to push his dirt bike up a hill. Free to just use his flag and flag back and forth on a spot that really didn't need to, but that's neither here nor there. Gunther able to get the bike started, and they'll get back into this race. Walton and the rest of the class continue their last lap charge towards the front as Lyndon Urbanski continues to lead, a sizable lead now over Friesen. No, not Friesen, Douglas. And you've got Jet Sutherland on his Kawasaki. schoolboy class out there, and Plaster with another good start. Don't look now though, because here comes Matthew Stokes putting himself in that number 1 ride, the 31 machine. Matthew Stokes, excellent start. Raining ever so lightly. You got Riley Smith rounding out your top 3, followed by Declan Cosgrove. There's a 4-stroke ruining the 2-stroke party. Perhaps a couple of them. From my understanding, a schoolboy class was supposed to be 125 2-strokes, but we're bending all kinds of rules here. 4-stroke not making the difference either way. Out front and actually building himself a small gap very early in this one is the 31 machine of Stokes. Matthew Stokes taking a bit of a reprieve from motocross for a short bit of time due to some injuries he sustained. He's come back and now he looks really cool because he's wearing Fast House gear and a retro edition KTM kit. So I'm a huge fan of all of that. So we can just like a big thumbs up to Matthew Stokes, who's looking good, he's riding good, and it's all good for Matthew Stokes. He currently leads this class of 7 riders. Absolutely stacked field of 7 riders in this class. That's extremely necessary for racing in Manitoba, giving these 125s a home and these young riders that are looking for a class to transition into the 250B class, a class where they can hone their skills, even though most of them also race in the 250B class anyway. Still awesome to see them out on 2-strokes, especially the 51 machine of Declan Cosgrove. My understanding, this old man's got some pretty impressive bikes, some Works Hondas, and of course Cosgrove's 51 machine is kind of reminiscent of a factory machine you would have seen about a decade ago, about 2008. You would have seen the 51 machine of Andrew Short ripping around 250F class with that number plate. Great looking bike, great sounding bike. Riley Smith holds down your 3rd place spot aboard his 125 2-stroke. Then you've got Zach Plaster, followed by the 105 machine. That's Andrew Weeb. And I do not see, actually yes I do, I know why I don't see Brady McLeod out there, because he was subject to our a crash earlier, which I believe left him out for the rest of the race day. Hopefully he's all right, and we'll see him back at the next round of Manitoba Motocross action, which I don't remember where we are next.
Oh, all right.
Pilot Mound, perhaps. Prairie Hill MX is the next round, followed by a stint in Morden, Manitoba, somewhere we haven't been in a number of years. 2 years removed from racing in Morden. Out front and styling, Matthew Stokes. I believe he was your 125B regional champion. Board to that 125, ended up going 2-1 for the overall, motocross being a 2-moto format where you're awarded championship points for your efforts in each moto. They add those up at the end of the day and you'll get your overall winner for the day. 25 points for a win, 22 points for a 2nd place, and 20 for a 3rd. That extra point that you get for winning the race is basically the difference. If you were to go 3-1, you'd end up with the overall getting the 45 points, as Cosgrove pushing the envelope He goes down, allowing Stokes to open up an even more impressive lead than he had prior to. Very smooth style from Cosgrove. He's got a great style on the bike. Same thing goes with Riley Smith. He totally holds down that third place spot just ahead of the 77 machine of Zach Plaster. Good looking bike. Bike and gear combo on point for Plaster. Currently holding down the fourth place spot. With 540. And then Shea Martin. Then you got the 105 of Andrew Weeb. Directly following this moto. The Open B class, much like the Open C class that we saw earlier, just faster. See if Bryce Fair can get himself another good start. Matthew Clausen racing his third class of the day. He often does do that. 3 races, 3 classes, 6 races, and a practice throughout the day. You also got Eve Lalaberty in this race. Might have 2 Lalabertys in this class if I'm not mistaken, which I am. Tyler Hrychuk. This Nathan Williams is in this class as well. That sounds. Oh, that's the C class. That's why. That's the Open C class. Open C. Give me a little bit of a Looks like perhaps some jetting issues with the 77 machine. Sounds like the choke zone. Something not firing on all cylinders or not completely tuned the way it needs to be for the 77 machine of Plaster. So our Open B class. Large gate of riders. Damian Rogers. And quite a few others. It's a big class. We count them up quickly here. 5, 10, 15, 20, about 25, almost 30 riders, including Jordan Gledhill, making his first appearance for the day aboard that 450. Ryan Kokoradze, Trevor Douglas, Trenton Hebert, Kieran McCullough. See if Miles Othway can get himself in a good start. We've already seen Austin Dorn get himself a moto victory today. Dustin Shabler, as well as Zach Douglas, Riley Patterson, local boy Tyler Stanley, Randy Neufeld out of Morden, Manitoba, John Lee aboard his YZ 252 stroke. Last lap is out for Matthew Stokes, who's led every single bit of this one. Didn't quite get the whole shot, but put himself in the first place spot, and he left Declan Cosgrove and the rest of the schoolboy class to figure the rest of it out. Cosgrove holds down the second place spot, followed by Riley Smith. in the third place spot. Getting back to the lineup in the open B class, you got Jake Parnell as well as Nolan Martins, Lyndon Baker, Kyler Douglas, Ethan Spaggart. He's done his own share of winning in this class so far this year. Travis King, Rodney Dorkson, Colton Mitchell, Alex Penner, and like I mentioned earlier, Jordan Gledhill, today racing on a 450. Merry Christmas! Why does your shirt say Merry Christmas? Wear your Christmas shirt. Yeah. Months away from Christmas, but we've already got someone celebrating. Are you looking forward to Christmas next year? Christmas comes in June now, I think. Christmas is year round, I think, right? Yeah, it should be. Yeah, every day is a gift. That's why they call it the present, right?
You're on TV. You want to say hi to Mom?
Hi, Mom. Someone shy. Farm Boys Raceway here.
I'm ready, Penner. You thought I wasn't.
Glenn Munford working the camera, still hurting after his riders got their butts handed to them on a silver platter Thursday evening. They file through, and it's Dorn. Another great start for Austin Dorn. This time he gets the whole shot. Colton Mitchell also with a great start, showing that he knows what to do with that thing. 2:15 of Randy Newbell, probably the best start we've seen from him in quite some time. A 4-pack of Kawasaki's. In the mix also is Ethan Spaggart. Something funny going on with the Kyler Douglas's front fender. It's pointing straight out in front of him. It's an interesting look for that Yamaha. Either way, your leader right off the hop, Austin Dorn, the 122 in your program. He'll lead the way. He's got some company though. Miles Othwaite pulling down your second place spot, followed by Ethan Spaggart on the 252 stroke. He rounds out your top three. Riders starting to file through now. Green flag racing, no incidents on the first lap from what I can tell. Dorn is your leader, followed by Othwaite. They opened up a small gap over the Suzuki. It very well could be the 24 machine of Rogers. We'll confirm that as they get a little closer. Scratch that, that's Patterson. Riley Patterson on the 179 machine, followed by the two-stroke of Spaggart. And you've got Neufeld, followed by Baker. Baker looking to make a move on the inside, gets cut off. 450 machine. The 989 of Jordan Gledhill. All the riders that filed through did not see the 264 of Jake Parnell.
Well, then, I'll put I can't look over there. I just got to get off. Get down. Mike Brian wakes me up there.
Trevor Douglas on the 47 machine with a few issues out there. Finds himself at the back of the pack, but throttle therapy is being consumed either way. Throw a blanket over first and second. Austin Dorn leading Miles Othway. They've been battling all day so far. Second of 2 motos that they've been doing so. Third place, Riley Patterson, followed by Spagrid. Spagrid has a rear view mirror full of Gledhill. Gledhill aboard that Suzuki 450, followed by Baker. Then you've got Neufeld, Capora's on the 27th, followed by Mitchell, and then there's Jake Parnell, the head of the 577 of Travis King. And then you've got Ebert, the 143, then Dane Rogers. Directly following this class, we'll have the Vet Master and Vet Junior classes. 25 years and up. Completely open as far as what class or what size bike you want to ride on. Next class, plenty of talent. Dustin Hargreaves, local boy, or Hargreaves rather. Dustin Hargreaves, as well as Ryan Weens, Leon Demaray. Got a change to the lead in this one. The 98 machine of Off-Weight. He's got the lead. I believe that's a 2009 or 10 250F. He's followed by Dorn, followed by Patterson, and then you've got Gledhill, Baker, and Spagrid. Spagrid holding down the top 5 spot, followed by Neufeld, Capora's, and now you've got Parnell nipping at the heels. Much better moto from Trenton Hebert in this one. He's followed by Damian Rogers. Tyler Stanley out there on the 801 or the 181 machine. Trans-Canada Motorsports, local Brandon rider. Does more working than riding lately, but good to see him out every time that he comes out and wants to race in Manitoba. Yellow flag is out after the finish line. A downed rider the inside of the corner. You can't get the machine started. Kawasaki rider going down. Maybe that was a couple of laps left in this one. Off-blade was your leader. He's taking that position away from Austin Dorn. Mitchell not happy with his ride. He has to retire out of that one early. Mitchell looking pretty upset heading back towards the track. Not sure if he's not happy with something or someone. Mitchell riding back towards the entrance of the track. He's gone over to talk to, looks like maybe an official or someone. Off-late is still your leader. Followed by the 121. Or 122 rather. We got Riley Patterson followed by Baker, Spagrid, and that's Gledhill. Jake Parnell out of Kenora, Manitoba, rounding out your top 7 or 8 there. Trenton Hebert out of Winkler, making his way around the track. Fellow Winklerite Randy Neufeld having himself a good race as well. Behind Hebert is Rogers. A 143 machine. Checkered flag is out, and it's Othwaite getting the better of Austin Dorn in this one. Excellent ride from both those riders. You can throw a blanket over them through every lap of this one, but it's Miles Othwaite taking the win. Battle breaking out for who's not going to get dead last place between Alex Penner and the 181 of Tyler Stanley. Penner taking that position back after what used to be the finish line, the jump right in front of the announcing tower here. We'll see if he's going to be able to hold on to that late in the moto, and you can imagine that fitness is probably an issue for Stanley. Either way, we're going to have to go Vet Master and Vet Junior racing. Good start here. Troy Rivette with a good start, followed by the local boy, Jim Fredrickson. Fredrickson tried to sneak around the outside. A veteran move in the vet class from Troy Rivette as he's able to hold on to that, but now the two of them battle 250 and 450. Rivette benefiting from some extra horsepower there. Smart racing from Rivette and Fredrickson at the earliest stages of this one. Tight racing. Those guys are breaking away from everybody. Out front early, Daniel Schaefer. They all start to file through, including Scott Croker, better known as the Fast 28. All the riders start to file through. Looks like we saw Kalen Taylor also in there. A couple of issues for a couple of vet juniors getting together on the first lap and get that Kawasaki fired up. Still out front, or no, now relinquishing the lead. Troy Rivette chasing down the 120 of Jumpin' Jim Fredrickson. Of course, like I mentioned, Fredrickson is a local. He's from Manitoba, or he's from Brandon. Rivette, probably this is one of the closer tracks for him, but certainly doesn't ride here on a regular basis. I don't think anybody does. Fredrickson leading, Rivette giving chase. Third place spot, I think right now, is the 20 of Hargreaves. Rivette running the number plate he had on from a couple of weeks last week, the 163, not the 63 that we're used to. I apologize, your third place rider right now says 43 machine. I don't have a 43 on my list. Oh, never mind. What I mean is Adam Sabin. Sabin's in the third place spot. Rounding out your field is Kevin Cozy and the 110 of Ryan Douglas. Ryan Douglas running the same lap times as his son Ethan, who's in the 65 class. We got Daniel Schaefer followed by Liam Demaray. And you've got Dustin Hargreaves and the 898 of Cousins, followed by the 28 of Croker. John Gledhill, and the rest of the 250 junior class, or the vet junior class, out there right now, battling, putting in their laps. Still a tight battle between Rivette and the 120 machine of Frederickson. Frederickson leads the way after taking that lead away.
We're doing the football thing.
So it's Saban in third place, followed by Jason Lowen in the third place spot. Then you've got the red plates, and I believe your points leader. That's Corey Perrant. Followed by Eric Fardeau. We got Kyle McCannell also out there in that brand new Fly Racing gear, looking good. Nipping at the heels of the Vet Master class is your leader in the Vet Junior class. That's Daniel Schaefer. Leon Demaray, front wheel in the air as he takes on this big tabletop sitting in front of us here. Now into your third place spot, otherwise known as the Fast 28, Scott Croker, followed by Dan Cousins. Cousins is followed by Hargreaves. The rest of the riders starting to file through. Jeff Morgan now doing battle with Calvin Kotowich. Kotowich and a number of riders getting around the 911 of Kalen Taylor. We've also got the 51 of Jerry Davis. Still a tight battle, only a couple of laps left. Vet Master class, Troy Rivette. On that number 2 ride, they've got a huge gap of your third place rider. That's Saban. Adam Saban now feeling some pressure from the 256. That's Corey Perrant. Perrant takes the spot away, using that inside line to his advantage. Eric Fardeau holding down just outside the top 5. About 2 laps left in this one. Leon Desmarais holding down the second place spot, as he did 2 weeks ago in Soda International Raceway. Second race of the year for the 28 machine. Of Scott Croker. And you got Dan Cousins on the 828, having himself a good ride as well. He's holding down the 4th place spot. Calvin Kotowicz now finds himself all alone, just ahead of Marvin Ferris. That junior class. Jim Frederickson coming through, letting everyone know there's a race going on, and they're not in it. Troy Rivette dealing with some lap traffic, slicing through it, I might add, as well. Amazing to see them get into some lap traffic in this one. Saban looking for an interesting line around what used to be the Brandon finish line jump. He relinquishes that position to Jason Lowen. Only 2 laps to go in this one. In fact, this is our last lap, in fact. 1 lap to go. The checkered flag is now out. Looking to give the checkered flag to Jumpin' Jimmy Frederickson to grab his first Vetmaster victory on the day. Looking to capture that overall finish. Whips the bike sideways and a win. The 120 machine just ahead of the 163 of Troy Rivette.